how to talk, and I tell a little bit about a famous Harvard class that we saw in the past 9 months. I did a transmission about the justice from Michael Sandel. That is a famous professor, and he delivered like one of most disputed classes in Harvard. Have around 37 million of views. So we're gonna watch again in order to try to teach a little bit about politics and justice for Brazilian people, and I will try to do this thing, everything in Portuguese, and the topics that Michael Sandel talk are very uncomfortable and very provocative, mainly the moral side of a murder. So and we could make a correlation related to our politicians, our politics, not just our politics here in Brazil, but every around the world. Okay, so I'm gonna back on streaming Salesforce Plus. We're gonna watch about the talk with Will.i.Am, and it will be an honor if I could interview in a long-term future and have like his vision about creativity and innovation. So thank you and hope you enjoy. Isso aí, pessoal, vamos lá, vamos ver uma transmissão aqui mais uma transmissão, a terceira.
Everywhere you look, it's like, that's going to change, that's going to change, that's definitely out of here. We are witnessing transformation like never before.
Welcome to Ask More of AI, the podcast at the intersection of business and AI. I'm Clara Shah, CEO of Salesforce AI. I'm sitting down with global music entertainer Will.i.Am. He's the frontman of supergroup Black Eyed Peas and also a tech startup founder and CEO of FYI.
Do you code?
I don't anymore, but I studied computer science when I was in college, and I was a coder back in the day.
C++, like what you do, like what's your...
Back in the day, yeah, C++, C, Java, Python.
Hey, Python?
Do you code?
No. but if I did, I would. I'd be pretty freaking like, oh man, that's one thing I wish. If somebody said, hey, out of all the things that you've accomplished or the things that you aspire to do, what's one thing that you can't do that you wish you could do? And for right now, and for a while, it's been coding. I wish I could like code the way I write music on the computer. I wish I could just like move out the way. I got it. Yeah, I wish I could do that. I'll be like that, you know, self-motivated, autonomous guy that would work in a team, go off on my own, and then come back with this. I just like that. All the folks that I've seen that do that, I'm just mesmerized.
I think you could do it. I mean, you've reinvented yourself so many times. You started off as a musician, producer, but now you're this philanthropist, this tech startup founder. I'm pretty sure you could learn how to code.
Yeah, but I just wish I did it when I was 15. You know how freaking awesome sauce I would be right now? I
think you're pretty awesome sauce right now.
No, I would be awesome sauce, you know,
cherry on top.
All the sauces, the barbecue, honey mustard, you know, spicy pecan. I'll be all them sauces. Right now I'm barbecue sauce, but not, you know, I ain't honey mustard sauce.
Okay, so when you were 15, you weren't coding. What were you doing when you were 15?
I was writing raps, dancing, battling other rappers.
How'd you get into that?
Really?
Yeah.
Ele falou que como ele queria
I told you I've loved your music ever since I was in high school.
Como ele queria ter aprendido a programar
My cousin...
com 15 anos e que na verdade com 15 anos ele começou a batalhar com rappers, né? Estava em boates no caso, fazendo músicas, né? Criando e tudo
David
mais.
Isaiah, rest in peace. My brother Carl. My brother Carl was like, "Hey Willie, I'm gonna start a group." I'm like, "A group?" He's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be called Cloud9. You know, I'm gonna rap, you beatbox." And we were inspired by Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. We were inspired by Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Run DMC, and I used to beatbox. And my brother used to rap, but his raps were always short. My brother had this one rap. He said, what did he say? "I saw your dad. He was a good old man. I saw him eating food out the garbage can. He said, 'Hey, young man, what you gonna do?' He said, 'When I finish, I'm gonna eat you.'" And that was my brother's rap. I'm like, "That's it?" And so he was like, "Yeah, come on, Willie, let's do it." I'm like, "Carl, that's just one rap. You don't have another one?" And so from then, I just started freestyling, just making up raps, like freestyle. And then my first rap I ever wrote was, "My rap's on the radio moving loud. I may be young, but I move the crowd. I'm 13, but I know that I rock you. Didn't I tell you to leave Will alone, knocker? I'm chill, I'm fly, that's who I go by. CHILNFLY. That's my name, so don't wear it out. I make it party people just scream and shout. This is Chill coming to you live. You could run, but there's no place to hide. I'm like Predator, I'll catch you in a minute. Don't kill the noise, cause we ain't yet finished. This is Chill coming from the rapper
Ó, eu não vou
zone.
ficar
If
traduzindo
mad,
pra
I
vocês
crown you with the
o que
microphone.
ele
You may think of me,
tá
but if you don't
fazendo
believe
de
me,
rap,
you could
né?
even ask my whole posse. As your intel, once you all get retarded. But as you do that, we're gonna get it started. Cause while you're dancing, no gum, food, or candy. Cause in the bar, they're serving brandy.
That is
So
incredible.
mom was like, "What you know about brandy? You ain't got no business talking about no alcohol, no raps."
And I noticed that in the lyrics was scream and shout. You
And
brought that in later.
And let's get started. And
So your genius all started when you were 13.
no, or I don't have that many ideas. Just kidding. But yeah, 13 was like the age of like, you know, self, you know, knowing exactly what I was capable of doing.
How do you think that 13-year-old, 15-year-old experience would have been different if you had had ChatGPT?
Nah, I don't use ChatGPT for that. For me, I like to find the route myself. You know, like when you go on ChatGPT is like you're going on a hike. And trust me, I love AI. I love ChatGPT. I love what Sam and the team are doing. I love what Dario started. I love Anthropic. I love all this stuff. But if this is a hike, I'm the guy with the machete going out and carving out the route that everyone else is going to take. Like when you go on a hike, go to Griffith Park, you go to Malibu, you go on these hikes, somebody went there first to carve out your hiking path.
You're a trailblazer.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's what Trailblazer is, yeah. I like.
Isso é legal que ele falou, né? Que ele falou que é bacana o ChatGPT, tudo que o Sam Altman tá fazendo, né? Tudo que tem vindo com essas tendências, mas ele não utiliza, né? E ele faz isso porque ele gosta de ser o cara que vai estar ali com o facão desbravando e fazendo o caminho para as outras pessoas, né? E não seguindo trilhas, né? Ou utilizando inteligência artificial para criar as músicas para ele.
Like that. I like that when writing songs. And I like the journey.
Even when you were 13.
Even when I was 13.
So you think there are 13-year-olds out there today that you think they have space to be creative in this AI-filled era?
There's no rules to feeling good about what you've created. However, whatever makes you feel like you've rinsed out whatever you sponged up, yeah, you got to rinse it out.
Legal.
Me, I like to rinse it out with my own hands. There's people that like to get the lemon and squeeze it themselves, or the lime and squeeze it themselves. And then there's that little contraption you put the lemon in and do like that. Let's say ChatGPT's that. It helps you squeeze and get every single kernel out. That's great. But for me, I like to squeeze it myself.
What does it mean for the industry, though?
What industry?
The music industry, the creative industry.
Ele falou que ele gosta
I
de ser o
think, and I have a different view on this. The entertainment industry,
A indústria do entretenimento,
when it comes to sounds
quando
and
é
songs,
sobre
is
música,
actually three
sons,
industries.
são três indústrias, na verdade,
It's
né?
the publishing industry,
A
which
de
is the first,
publicação, que é
with
o
the
primeiro de
invention of the
tudo,
printing press.
que
The
inventou, né,
live
no caso,
industry,
jornais,
touring, so
indústrias,
theater,
qualquer outro aqui que ele falou.
touring, so theater. It's the publishing industry, which is the first,
Publishing industry,
with the invention of the printing press. The live industry,
a indústria ao
touring,
vivo, né, com...
so
o que é
theater,
touring? Eu não sei o que é o touring, vamos buscar aqui, deixa eu ver só um pouquinho. Touring, tradução. Em turnê. Touring. Touring. Em turnê. Né? Indústria que rola turnês de teatros, né? Músicas, orquestras, óperas.
plays, orchestras, operas. That's hundreds and hundreds of years we've had that. And in those times, songs were different. The duration of the song was different. The purpose and the premise of a song is different. But it took the record industry to come to give us our modern form of a song. The
Aí ele
archiving of
falou
sounds
sobre a
and
indústria
songs.
da gravações e de ser a terceira,
We
né,
could
que
go to the
foi
Louvre
que
right
desenvolveu
now,
os melhores modelos para
and we could
eles
see paintings from
publicarem as
13,
próprias músicas.
14, 1500. What's a song from that era? Where do I find that? Songs exist. The same archiving of
Um
plays,
modelo de
Shakespeare,
arquivamento, né,
paintings,
que gravou
Da Vinci,
pinturas
What's
do
that
Da
of
Vinci,
songs?
né, que gravou
Before Mozart, before Bach.
Bach,
Because it took
Shakespeare,
the printing press
porque
for us to
alguém imprimiu,
archive the
ou
Bachs
fez
and the
livro,
Mozarts.
ou
So
gravou
now
a
here we
música,
are
né?
in a new era, a new crossroads, a new renaissance. Why are we going to put the music industry's format on an abundance, infinite options? See, the record industry is like, it was finite, right? A song could only be recorded on lacquer because it only had a certain amount of storage. See, the record industry is like format on an abundance, infinite options. See, the record industry is like, it was finite, right? A song could only be recorded on lacquer because it only had a certain amount of storage. So structure and songs and contracts
músicas,
had to be
precisam
made.
ser feitos.
A&Rs had to come into the studio and be like, this song's too long. Put it into the contract that a song is this length, an album, or this many songs, because that's what fits on our equipment.
Technology constrained us.
So wait, so now AI is coming and we're going to put the same constraint architecture on AI? That doesn't sound smart. Or are you supposed to go and work in the space and reimagine a song? Reimagine the purpose of music. Now let's go to the freestyle and the improv and the artists that are really good at it. Dave Matthews, when he's up there singing, he's telling stories. At any given time, he could play the guitar, look to you in the eye, and speak to you. You could ask him a question. He could sing the answer. You could pause, play at a different tempo, change his time signature, slow down, speed up at any given time, change subjects. Music is dynamic. The recording industry doesn't allow it to be dynamic. How can you have dynamics on a recording, for crying out loud? The name of the
que na verdade a indústria da gravação ela não é dinâmica, né? Porque você não consegue você consegue ter uma boa gravação no final, depois de várias edições, depois de várias produções, né? E geralmente a indústria da gravação pega esse elemento final de tudo pós-produzido, mas não pega esse elemento de quando você se estressou, quando você ficou nervoso, chorou, ou coisa do
Industry
gênero, né?
is not dynamic. The recording that's there, it still doesn't move
Gravar, né,
after
no
that.
caso, é algo que não move,
And so AI is
né,
supposed to
que
do
não tem
that?
dinamicidade.
No, get
Então,
the hell out of here.
a AI, na verdade, não
So
vai
now that
fazer
you know you
isso
have this
de
flexible,
forma,
this
da melhor
malleable
forma possível.
potential,
Então,
that
você
means when I
precisa
go
ser
in there and
maleável,
write, I
tem
have to
potencial
think of a
maleável,
whole bunch of things I could add to
buscar
this experience.
adicionar
You have to train a
experiências
model to do that.
e
So instead of going to the studio
treinar
to
modelo
record,
para isso, né?
I'm going to the studio to train a model. Instead of writing lyrics,
Ir para um estúdio, né, para treinar um modelo, ao invés de ficar gravando músicas
to
e
record it to a mic,
gravando no microfone, para ele
I'm
não é
writing lyrics
interessante,
and context and
né? Para ele,
similes and metaphors
ele fala
to paint an even deeper
coisas
picture,
similares
to take the person,
de
the experiencer, not the listener,
experiências, né?
the experiencer on a
De
journey of dialogue,
experiência de uma jornada de
conversation,
diálogos,
sound,
conversação,
rhyme,
né? Rimas,
harmonics,
harmônicas.
syncopation.
O que é syncopation? Eu não sei o que é syncopation. Syncopation. Síncope. Óbvio, mas nem tanto, né? Syncopation.
You got to dream something brand spanking new.
Bringing more dimension.
Sonhar, pensar
Yeah,
algo novo,
like
né?
right now, music industry is, which is great. The two-dimensional paintings. We're on. This is like 5 dimensions here with AI, not 3. You could do so much. That's what I'm excited about. I want to dream some new stuff.
Ele fala sobre ter 5 dimensões, na verdade, com a inteligência artificial e não 3 apenas, né? Então,
Also a founder of an AI
mas no
company.
fim das contas,
Tell us about
apesar de
that.
ele não gostar tanto, ele é
I
fundador de uma
realized
empresa
after
de AI,
COVID,
né? E provavelmente ele deve ter entendido que se ele trouxer bons programadores e bons desenvolvedores, eles vão conseguir fazer tudo aquilo que ele não quer fazer sobre AI aplicado à música, né?
that the creative community was working off of 5 products to get work done. Like we're on WhatsApp, Dropbox,
E aí
WeTransfer,
ele falou aí do,
email, Zoom, just to
das
work and collaborate.
plataformas, né?
And while
Que eles
doing
estavam
that, your
utilizando,
comments are in like Dropbox.
né?
Some comments are on WeTransfer.
Sobre onde
And
estavam
to send
trazendo
it,
comentários.
if you're big files, you can't send big files on the messenger, so you have to send it to email. Then you hop off to get on a, large group, so you go on a Zoom. And that's like a messy way to work.
Ele tava falando sobre
So I was like, hey, I wanna create a singular interface
de como ele estruturou e criou
for a
uma
creative
interface
enterprise.
singular,
But
uma empresa
I wanted to
criativa.
use the same
otimizasse
type of
você, tipo, fazer
architecture
downloads, por
that
exemplo, de
I saw
Drive
with
ou de e-mail
crypto
pra jogar
and
pra
NFTs,
Zoom, pra jogar pra Dropbox
where
e
a
pra
key is issued
integrar
to
todo esse
secure your
armazenamento
asset.
e conseguir
But then I
fazer com
looked
que
at
você tenha,
my Dropbox or
talvez, eu acho que é
my
relação a
files.
músicas, né? E a
No one gave me a key for my assets that actually are out there making money. In the traditional sense, songs that are played on the radio, songs that are played on on streaming platforms, and people's lives in their cars and their worlds, but there's no key to protect it. I was like, what if there was a messenger that had the same type of elliptical curve cryptography as, these encryption platforms and financial systems, but for your digital assets and your messages and your data? What if I can call somebody from the asset itself? Because what happens, you make a song, you have an image, you have a doc, you tell somebody, hey, look at that and call me back. Listen to this and call me back. Like, why can't I call you from the asset? Like, so when you ring, you see MP4. You ring and you see MP3. You rings, you see, like, the document. And you know what the person's calling for.
All right there.
Yeah, and then when they answer it, it's synced and you press play and you hear it the same quality. Like, how come that hasn't happened yet? And around the time, I've always been in the AI community. I had my jacket on during the AI winter and would invest in
Basicamente o que ele falou, né, de como funciona. Peraí.
these small teams. And then we implemented generative AI into the core of the platform. So you're not talking to AI by yourself, siloed. You can have AI woven through, your team conversations. We had that in 2021. 2021, yeah, it was when I showed Mark. I was like, look, Mark.
Ele estava falando sobre como funciona, né, a empresa dele, né? Então, depois de fazer toda essa integração entre os sistemas, né? Por exemplo, quando você quer baixar uma música, né, fazer um download do YouTube, né, ou enfim, baixar uma música, no final das contas vai fazer com que você faça o download de um MP4 ou um MP3, né, ou um arquivo que não tem uma alta qualidade como a produção final depois de sair de uma gravadora, né, de um estúdio de recording studio, né, de gravadores em si. Então ele falou assim, né, tipo, por exemplo, que ele quis deixar mais não só interativo, mas mais não é descentralizada a palavra, mais fluido. Ele quis deixar mais na ponta, deixar mais acessível essa questão entre o que sai da produtora, o que sai lá no final editado com boa qualidade e o que você realmente escuta, né? Não baixando áudios ou vídeos de baixa qualidade.
Look how we have AI integrated
E
in
aí
group
ele
conversations.
conversou com
Not like a bot.
Zuckerberg, né?
Like,
de como
we
eles
all know what
desenvolveram
bots
essa
are,
AI,
chat threads.
não, tipo,
It wasn't like
chatbots,
bots.
né? Não eram como
And
bots.
I think saying bots in the age that we are in now is like, I don't think that's the right description of what these systems are today. That's FYI.ai, which is focus your ideas with artificial intelligence, or free your imagination with artificial intelligence, or, obviously for your inspiration.
Legal, cara.
You're an advocate for STEM education, and you do a lot of philanthropy in education. How do you think we should be educating our kids differently for the AI era?
I'm attending Harvard. This is my second year. And last year,
Deixa eu
In
voltar
education.
aqui, que a pergunta
Intelligence,
é
or-
bacana. É uma pergunta muito parecida que foi feita em outras entrevistas ali, né? Tanto do Marco fazendo com o Sam Altman e nessa primeiro episódio que a gente teve ali com o Richard Socher, se eu não me engano, da U.com. E aí
yeah,
ela pergunta, né?
obviously for your inspiration.
You're an advocate for STEM education, and you do a lot of philanthropy in
No caso,
education.
a pergunta dela
How do you
é
think we should be
sobre
educating our
como
kids
nós temos
differently
que
for the
educar
AI
as
era?
crianças
I'm
nessa era
attending
da AI.
Harvard. This is my
E aí
second
ele
year.
fala, né, que ele foi para Harvard.
And
né,
last
que ele
year I was
foi
using
dele,
FYI to learn
que ele tava na empresa
different
dele,
case studies, and it
aplicando
really
pra
was like
desenvolver
a
todos os
refreshing
casos
new way
e descobrindo novos meios de
to
colaborar, né,
collaborate and work and
de
learn.
trabalhar e aprender.
This year, I
Esse
saw
ano ele
something that
viu
I
algo
know is
que
going to change
tava
rapidly.
mudando
Does a
rapidamente,
teacher
né?
know or tutor know if you understand, truly understand the assignment? If you truly understand, what is being taught. School is school the way school used to be when my mom went to school, when my grandma went to school, when I went to school.
It's not personalized.
Well, personalized it is.
Então,
You can have a
basicamente,
teacher
ele, né,
that understands your learning patterns, like Miss Montez was that for me. Like there's those teachers that are personalized. Can you
ele
scale
falou
that?
sobre
Nope.
tutores, professores, os
A
diretores, os
textbook is a
coordenadores.
textbook.
Será
I
que eles
can't like
realmente estão
have a conversation with
sabendo
a
ou
textbook.
cientes das dificuldades que os alunos estão
know?
tendo, né?
We're entering a time that humanity's never been to.
Nós estamos entrando numa era que a humanidade
And
nunca teve, na verdade, né? E é
it's exciting.
excitante o
That
fato
means
de
new
que
types of
ChatGPT
schools
tem
are going to.
utilizado,
Like I went to a
tem sido
magnet
utilizado
school.
em muitas escolas e
There's
consegue dar um
KIPP
suporte,
schools.
né,
There's charter schools.
aos estudos e consegue ser
And
eficiente.
there's going to be
No caso,
pushback,
como
like there
tutor
always is when new
particular,
technology comes. Like
né?
one point in time, it was like deemed inappropriate or not allowed to have a calculator in school. Right now, there's calculators in school. A new type of forever learning is around the corner, which is awesome.
Novo tempo para
People are going to have Ivy League
está
professors in their
acontecendo.
pocket. Rich folks, poor folk,
Pra
all
qualquer
wanting
pessoa, né?
the
Acessível pra
ideation
qualquer
folk,
pessoa.
the imaginative folk, the hyper creative folk to banter with it to solve
Várias
problems,
classes, né?
to unearth tomorrow's industries. That's what's exciting about right now. It's fresh. Everywhere you look, it's like that's gonna change, that's gonna change. That's definitely out of here. And there's something's gonna come up, move out the way, something's gonna come up from there. Something's gonna sprout from there. We are witnessing transformation like never before.
Ele tá falando, né, que como
Well, thank you. I told you earlier, when I was in high school, I remember feeling very inspired. The Black Eyed Peas inspired me.
You graduated high school when?
E a gente
2000.
a gente vai
So
não
2000.
vai saber direito de onde vem.
In 2000, we were on our second tour, and the way we got our record deal was playing colleges. So we had this show in Santa Barbara.
Né, o jeito deles
I remember like it was yesterday.
fazerem algum tour
Some girl was
foi
like, "Hey, you
tocando
want
em
to come to our
escolas,
dorm
né?
party?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I love your new record." I'm like, "New record? We just have one record out." No, the new record. Oh, okay, maybe you're mistaken, or you probably think, oh, maybe you saw our first group's album and you thinking this is our second record. But that first record never came out. Well, maybe you heard it on the underground. She's like, no, the new record, Bridging the Gap. I love Weekends. Wait. How do you even know the name of our songs on our new album? How do you even know the album title? Oh my gosh, from Napster, silly. Wait, Napster? Wait, you didn't know Napster?
Ele tá falando
No?
da Napster.
What
né?
is that? Oh, let me show you. So we go to her computer. She starts playing one of our songs. I'm like, what? Oh, it's Napster. Oh my gosh, this is oh, and I like this one too. Request line? Wait, our whole album is there? So I left Santa Barbara.
Basicamente, ele tá falando que ele ficou assustado, né, com o fato de uma fã, né, ter chego pra ele e ter falado sobre música que eles recém tinham gravados e não tinham lançado ainda, né. Isso ali em meados de 2000, 2005, né. E aí ela veio e falou pra ele, né, sobre se ele não conhecia a Napster, né. Pra quem não sabe, a Napster, né, foi basicamente um concorrente aí do Chrome, do Microsoft Edge, né, foi um dos precursores dos browsers, né, digamos assim. E aí estava disponível ali, né, disponibilizaram e surpreendeu ele o fato de estar disponível na internet sem eles mesmos saberem, né.
Bro. Because that was our last show of the tour. Come back home. I'm like, yo, Jimmy Iovine, they're in Napster. He's like, well, we're dealing with it. So I go to this club the next Friday. Some girls like, oh my gosh, that's Sean Fanning. That's the guy that started Napster. I was like, wait, that's the guy that started Napster. So I go up to him. I'm like, hey, what's up? My name is Will. He was like, hey, what's up, Will.i.Am? I love the Black Eyed Peas. I'm like, you started Napster? He's like, yeah. I'm like, hey, can we exchange phone numbers? I want to know, like, what did it take for you to make that?
Né?
So the first person I ever met in tech,
E daí foi a primeira pessoa
as the record
de
companies were
tecnologia
trying to fight
que,
the North, South, fighting the North,
que
Hollywood,
ele encontrou,
Silicon Valley,
que ao invés
was Sean
de-
Fanning. Sean,
Instead of getting mad at him, you asked for his number.
yeah, because I wanted to know what the
E
hell
aí,
this was. Like,
tipo, ele disse que foi muito num rumo diferente do que a maioria tava. Por exemplo, tinha muita gente batendo, né, nele, né, de certa forma, porque a indústria da gravação não queria que fosse disponibilizaram músicas na Napster e coisa do gênero. E aí ele, na verdade, o Will pediu o telefone dele, né, pediu para entrar em contato e conhecer como que o que era essa estrutura, né, como que disponibilizava músicas assim tão fácil. E para quem pesquisar ali depois a respeito, vai ver que a Napster realmente teve muitos problemas com não só com a indústria musical, mas com várias outras, né? Então, por ter sido algo
Yo,
bem
what is this?
precursor, né?
Yeah, so that's how I met. That's how I
Principalmente em
met
relação à propriedade
the Bay.
intelectuais e coisa do
That's
gênero.
how I got introduced to this side of the world back in 2000.
How do you get inspiration? How would you guide
Como você tem
people to
inspiração
find
e
their
como você se
creativity?
guia durante a
Everyone's
criatividade.
creative. They
Ele
just
falou que todo mundo é criativo, mas
don't
só
believe they
não
are.
acreditam que são.
Like, there are no
Não tem
rules.
regras.
What somebody thinks is horrible, what somebody thinks is beautiful.
Às vezes alguém pode achar que é
What somebody
horrível,
thinks
outra
is not
pessoa pode
good,
achar que
somebody
é
thinks is
genial,
pretty freaking awesome.
que é bom ou que é surpreendentemente bom.
There's people that think Prince
Animal.
like sings bad. And then there's some people that think Prince sings amazing. There's people that hate death metal. There's lots of people that love death metal. So there's no rules.
Metal, tem outros que amam.
But the differentiation, the commonality between all those different things is the belief that each one of those folks has within themselves. And so you have to believe that whatever you're making is going to soothe you. You have to believe that you are the Calvary to your own problems. That's creativity. It's like the belief in whatever it is you're doing. And that is infectious. Somebody's going to look at that painting. Are they looking at the painting because it's awesome? Or are they feeling some other force of like, yeah. I think they're feeling some other force of, I believe in that. And belief goes a long way. But it starts with, do you believe?
Thank you for your creativity and everything that you're doing for kids, for the tech community, for creatives.
Ooh, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I heard that
I love how you won't let me wrap up.
I heard Richard was your first interviewer on the podcast.
Yeah. Richard Socher.
That dude's freaking awesome sauce. And I know how competitive he probably saw ChatGPT and was like, this is what I've been saying the whole damn time. You know? And so it's a beautiful thing to have the cat that used to be there at Salesforce see you, an awesome entrepreneur, now CEO of Salesforce AI, and have him on the podcast now that he's left and now doing you.com.
He's amazing. He's so inspiring. He's taught me so much.
So happy for you. And more importantly, all the girls in my computer science program and robotics program, they're going to be super inspired by you. Because when you think of AI, it's dudes all the time. And it's refreshing that you're there at one of the biggest companies in the world leading the charge, rocking with Mark.
Thank you, Will.
Really. It's going to be dope.
Well, so good to have you on the show. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you so much. You're the best.
Que legal, cara. Então, aqui eles finalizaram, né, falando, ele elogiando ela, né, falando sobre como as mulheres que ele dá aula se sentiriam muito inspirados pela Clara Xi, né, como ela é uma excelente líder dentro da Salesforce, né, e tem liderado muito bem esse tema, né, em si.
Right? There's people that think Prince, like...
E aqui ele falou, né, sobre pontos relacionados à criatividade, né, como ser competitivo. Ele falou ali sobre o Richard Sorge, né, que foi da Will.i.Am, que ele também foi um líder dentro da Salesforce, e ele, né, ele fez grandes reformas, né, ajudou a estruturar boa parte da operação de inteligência artificial que está na Salesforce hoje, né. Ele estava elogiando ali, falando, né, de forma bem bacana. Cara, muito bacana, muito interessante, porra, animal. Vamos ver um pouquinho mais aqui, a gente ainda está em tempo, né? Will.i.Am in tech industry. Vamos ver. Leveraging his early experience in consumer electronics industry, has continued launch. Tá falando, né, como aprendeu algumas coisas e tal. Heartbreak on cost attack. Bom, Wikipedia não é a melhor fonte, né? Mas vamos dar uma olhadinha aqui. Vamos ver aqui. Não, esse aqui é o prêmio que ele recebeu. Override. Acho que esse aqui tá meio desatualizado. Que não é bem isso, na verdade, né? Só fala sobre o futuro da criatividade, né? Talvez isso seja mais recente, né? Agora, esse Ask More of AI, eu não sei te dizer bem certo quando foi lançado, né? Talvez começo do ano. E agora, em setembro, né? Ele falou, ele lançou, né, um aplicativo de AI junto com o Copilot, né? Criação com o Copilot. Então, o Copilot para quem não sabe, é da Microsoft, Inteligência Artificial. Cara, genial, né? Quem não viu, não quero sair de um tema pro outro, né? Mas vamos dar uma olhadinha aqui no Copilot. Copilot trailer Microsoft. Então, isso aqui basicamente a gente já deve ter visto, né? Quase 3 milhões de pessoas. Mas para quem não sabe, é um novo avanço, né? Integrando a OpenAI, o ChatGPT, com as ferramentas do Microsoft 365, né? Então aqui ele deu um exemplo, né? Você pode fazer um rascunho de um produto baseado no documento Café Inteligência Artificial, Café AI. Aí ele gera ali, ó, o documento, né, vai falando sobre pontos de valor, né, o que é interessante, né. Aí no GPT, né, PowerPoint, você pode criar uma apresentação em cima do documento que você estruturou, né. Você pode analisar os dados disso, né, dentro do Excel, né, aí para gerar gráficos. Você consegue analisar respostas, né, você consegue analisar tudo, e a ferramenta da Dynamics, né, que é a educação da empresa, consegue ter todo o acesso, né, para que você consiga gerar para tudo, né? O piloto para a vida. Então, imagina isso, né? Junto com a indústria musical. Imagina o potencial que isso tem, né? Junto no aplicativo do Will.i.Am, o potencial que isso vai ter e a disrupção que isso vai causar, né? Então, aqui, ó, falando Copilot, a primeira ferramenta de produtividade desenhada para servir a artistas criativos, né? Creatives first. Tá, é uma entrevista que ele teve ali, né? Então, aqui, antes ali no bate-papo, ele falou que ele não utilizava muito a AI, mas entendendo talvez o avanço que teve, né? E a conexão que ele pôde fazer, que a Microsoft fez com sabedoria, né? Trazendo o ChatGPT, integrando, incorporando as suas ferramentas. ele viu que se ele conectasse isso com o que ele vinha projetando e desenvolvendo, seria sensacional. E aí, com certeza, vai ser um baita de um projeto, tá? Outras coisas mais, né, sobre como ele quer codificar e tal. Bom, mas eu acho que o principal a gente comentou, né? Então tem uns pontos muito bacanas que eu vi. Eu acho que só que daí eu acho que era do Google, né? Era a AGI for Music Industry. Eu acho, cara, como é que era? Opera example Google. Putz, cara, eu queria achar aqui que eu não tô achando. Cara, eu não tô lembrado. Aqui, ó. Google Arts and Culture, né? Só pra dar um exemplo pra vocês aqui. Deixa eu ver se abre aqui. Como é que é o nome? Blob Opera. Google Arts and Culture Blob Opera. Deixa eu ver se tem só um corte aqui. Tem, ó. Cara, olha que massa isso, né, cara? É um exemplo total da aplicação de inteligência artificial generativa para música, para música, né? Especialmente ligado para ópera, né? Então, deixa eu mostrar aqui.